Yeah, I got it too. I just wanted to say.
Jesus, look at the head on that.
You better look fast, too.
Jeez.
Really? You're sitting down? Come on. How often do we see each other?
Not often enough.
Not out in the
If it was every day, we'd be like,
You still in GP? I want to look right now. About a year. Grand Rapids. Or, Mansion Grand Rapids.
Still doing good?
And then,
I wanted to walk out.
here's the dog.
we've all had those days. You go
I'm in the
home.
process of hopefully trying to okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where you have to look at how many bad days do you get? Or are you just pissed off?
No, it was a bad day. My boss decided to undo everything that I had done for appointments, agreements.
You're not coming to Lansing right over with us? How long is it going to be when that's supposed to start out? When it's scheduled or not?
Repairs.
I gotta keep my eye on the door. He says, as soon as this is done, I'm going to Lansing Grand Rapids. That's done. I'm going to Lansing Delta.
So I think she's not there.
You need to turn.
Yes.
Have a glass or two of wine as long as you're able.
Yes.
You gotta still be sensitive.
I know we made it, but
Yeah, that long.
Dave would be done on this.
Yeah. Nice.
That's what I'm working with.
Nice.
At least once a week.
Oh, hey, my part of this house.
Oh, hey, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's it staying dry?
Yeah,
Is it dry yet?
It's completely dry now.
I really want to work with you.
My e-brake underneath my car wasn't sealed all the way. And so
I like it if I put it in my pocket,
I thought
take
it
it
was a
over.
dead animal, and then we got in my car because of snow while
I told my students, I never had any.
I was on vacation. And so I went out to see her last
So now it's like my
weekend, and I was like,
everybody knows, like, but I can just, my bike's better.
Her weather takes down.
I didn't feel it.
get on.
Still kind of smells, but not as bad.
As long as it's dry.
Yeah. Yeah,
My sister put that, she had a, this is a long time, change it. Look it up, we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
She put the whole thing in the back because she went over to see. She left it, so I got to drive, so I was like, oh, it smells good. But after a while, you just bad.
yeah, she has a Scotch dinner, so I used that, cleaned it. I was just worried that it was the smell was gonna stick in the foam of it. So, but this new job, I'm getting paid $3 more, and it's a hybrid, so I get to work from home and instead of break.
What's the company you're working with?
It's a working company.
I had that saved. I was getting ready to apply to it, and I never did.
Don't.
Oh, I'm having a hard time just.
With like, if an insurance company,
You're fighting with a couple of friends, right? So it's not your own That's fine.
he's just like, I didn't know that did that.
Then don't touch it.
Right, you haven't touched it for years. Now you decide to touch it. And I'm 3 months behind. Oh, I was so mad. Hold on. We're here. I'm still on your toes. Did you chill in here? Yeah, I might go see what that works. Hi. Hi, how are you? Pretty good. Good. I like it.
No, we're kind of we're the cool parents.
Yeah, well, the other one.
Yeah.
We just got off.
Seriously, I'm cool.
No, we just made ice cream.
I'm okay.
Clean shaven. Oh, man, you really switched it up. Clean shaven.
You know, I did buy her flowers.
What's your bed buckle say? It's going to send, I know, like, I don't think we're going to get
Yeah, and last night it's cute when you serve
It's just right across the street.
Wait, just he's
Good evening, everyone. It's all the jostling for the season front row, which I never quite understand. It's too close. Not creepy at all.
She's bigger than he is, so big people talk.
Thank you for coming out tonight. If we haven't met, my name is Bill Malik. It is my honor and distinct pleasure to say that I am the director of band at Fowlerville High School. This is always a very bittersweet evening as we celebrate another year of music making, of memory making. We recognize those individuals who have worked incredibly hard this year. But in the same breath, we also say farewell to those who have worked hard for multiple years. And not only do we say goodbye and well wishes to a lot of senior students, but it's also their families. And that applies to many of you here. I have a 13-year-old who is very much in the grips of 7th grade right now. Anybody can remember that wonderful time. And came home the other day and went, hey, I'm going to be in driver's ed in 2 years. And we went, whoa, slow down. Because it very much seems like yesterday he was like really freaked out about the first day of kindergarten. So I really, those of you who this is your last honors night, my thoughts are with you this evening. But let's get going. Let's get this party started. So we're going to give away some awards tonight. We're going to give away some scholarships tonight. We're going to recognize some people who have earned their letters, some people who have earned their chevrons. We're all going to laugh a little bit. We're probably, some of us are going to cry a little bit. Some of us have already cried a little bit tonight on the drive over. But tonight is a night of celebration. So let's start with some recognition. Understanding that tonight there was a lot of scheduled conflicts. I think there are 3 awards ceremonies happening in the district right now. So we understand that not everybody can be with us tonight. But the first group of individuals that we want to recognize are those individuals who are earning their first chevron for a successful year of completion within the Fowlerville Band program. By and large, this is our freshman class, so here's how we're going to do this. Freshmen, if you are here, and when I call your name out, you're simply going to walk up a staircase of your choice, and you're going to come awkwardly stand, and there's probably going to be some pictures, and you're just going to smile. We're going to hold our applause until all of them are up here. We'll give them a huge raucous round of applause. And then you'll retake your seats. Families and students, I don't actually hand out chevrons and letters tonight, because we find that most of them get lost in a closet somewhere. So whenever you need them, whether you're putting a box together or getting your jacket, you just come to me and say, hey, can I get them? And I get them to you. But we want to recognize those people regardless. So our freshman class for this year, please join me on stage if you are present. Let's see, we've got Cassidy Bantow, Kylie Davis, Ashlyn Dean, Spencer Drummond, Gabby Ellert, Elena Espinoza, Emma Fillinger, Brooklyn Harvey, Michaela Hatfield, Abby Hocking, Keith Knott, Maddie Lawson, Bethany Marshall, Kaylee Patterson, Bella Pierre Federici, Seth Ryan, Jordan Riley, Zach Reinhardt, Isley Rocco, Charlie Scott, Riley Simmons, Jason Smachinsky, Addie Specht, Riley Stearns, Caden Taylor, Ash Weinstein, Reagan Wilkins, and Grant Wilkinson. Whew, that's a lot of syllables to get through. If those people could join us on stage. Riley, you look very nice tonight. I've seen you in photos before. In shoes, not Crocs. Ladies and gentlemen, our freshman class. Before you know it, it will be a new year, senior year. All right, you guys can go ahead and see. That was it, Riley. Let's give out some scholarships. So there are some awards tonight that I select the recipients of, and there are 2 scholarships that the band student body votes on. And we're going to give away the first of those scholarships. This is a scholarship that's called the Jenny Kiesler Scholarship. It was first awarded in 1983. And so this is a long list of people who have given everything that they can to the Fowlerville bands. These are people who represent, I believe when I asked the band members to vote on them, I gave them certain criteria, and one of them was if a stranger came up to you and said, hey, what's the band about? That you could point to this person and say, that person, that's what it's about. That is who we are as an ensemble, as an organization. They embody our character. And this person certainly embodies those. They are weird in all the best of ways. This is a person that if they have entered the room, you know. And whether this person is DMing a D&D campaign, whether they decided that they were going to bring unneeded carbs to first hour, that you know that this person has come into the room and is really a personality unto themselves. So our Jenny Kiesler Memorial Scholarship for 2023 by vote of the band goes to Gavin Sherry. By the way, for those of you who might be handed a plaque, it has no black market value. I need that back at some point within the next 24 hours, so take all the pictures you want, but no trying to, like, I don't know, trade it for a rain drink or something, Evan. I don't know, okay? No, yeah, okay, all right. The next group of individuals that we would like to recognize are those who are earning their varsity letter in band. Earning a varsity letter in band is the successful completion of 4 semesters within band. So that is typically our sophomore class. And so I would like to welcome the sophomore class to the stage. And once again, if we can hold our applause until all the names are read. But if you are in attendance tonight, we'd love to have you join us on stage. So our sophomore class: Kirsten Bishop, Tatum Chase, Tyler Daly, Hayden Dexter, Aiden Goodwin, Damian Hudson, Colton Huff, Blake James, Mia Kahneman, Bree Kavadik, Ethan Lancaster, Tasha Lanza, Aubrey Lewis, Jonathan Miller, Houdini Mitten, Jocelyn Parmo, Abby Parker, Daniel Pounds, Keegan Roberts, Evan Schultz, Drew Showerman, Owen Smith, and Nathan Zalagi. Okay, sophomores off the stage. Our next scholarship is a unique scholarship. It is called the Frank Palazzolo Scholarship. And I don't know how many of you in the room know, I know her as Terry. I think most of you probably know her as Miss P. And you say that with a little bit of fear and adoration and love, all in one breath. Terry Palazzolo was the band director here for a very, very long time. And her family has endowed a scholarship. And this scholarship is given to somebody who maybe isn't the flashiest, doesn't get all of the plaudits, but embodies everything that we as a band stand for, kind of that unsung hero. And so it is my pleasure to recognize this person. If I think of students that it's going to be very hard for me to ever forget, and I will never be able to forget, this person's name comes to mind. I've had this person in a couple of classes, and they don't even need a last name because you say the first name and everybody knows who you're talking about. This person makes everybody around them feel good about themselves and feel welcome and smile. And so the 2023 Palazzolo Memorial Scholarship goes to Jerry. By the way, Jerry does have a last name of Edmondson. We just call him Jerry. Moving on to our Quincy Jones Musicianship Award. This is an award that is recognized nationally and has kind of come to the forefront in the past decade or two, recognizing those students who express themselves musically outside of the school walls. Quincy Jones is a longtime producer of Michael Jackson. He knows everybody. He has produced everybody. He is somebody who values musicians who don't just do one thing, they do many things. And so this award, as I'm looking down the names of the people who have received this award in the past, it's people who didn't just play one instrument, they played multiple instruments. They don't just create music in band, they are songwriters, they are improvisers, they are producers. They take their musical experience outside of the walls of Fowlerville High School. And it's very fitting for this person this year. We know him by one name, but maybe he's known by another name on YouTube. I can confidently say it is the first student ever in my 18-year career that we have ever hosted an album launch party for. And so maybe the world knows him as Indie Boy, but we know him as Bryce Engel. Next up, we want to acknowledge those who are completing their 6th semester, their junior year. The question I've gotten all week hasn't been like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to be a senior. Oh my God, what are we going to? It's been like, when are we getting our freshmen? When do I get to know who my freshman is? Did I get Nathan Sherritt? No, you didn't. Okay, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. You're going to get your freshman, don't worry. This is our junior class, and so if you are in attendance tonight, could you please join us on stage to be recognized? Once again, please hold your applause until they all get on stage. Holden Adams, Dominic Bailey, Michael Dallas, Foster Damerow, Liam Dean, Bryce Engel, Spade Cargill, Molly Kilpala, Lexi McKee, Elizabeth Morrow, Jillian Navarro, Sophia Pluff, Lily Polson, Jessup Reason, Emily Riley, Sophia Staley, Leanne Stamp, Lissy Williams, and Alexis Young. The soon-to-be senior class of 2024. All right, off with you. Our next award is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award for Excellence in Jazz Performance. Our jazz band is, as we have said many times, is an extracurricular group. It is a group that is committed to waking up at horrible hours of the morning to play music well before some people should play music. I always find the ironic part that those who continue with jazz in college like wakes up at 12:30 in the afternoon. And like when they come to play our concerts, for those of you who've maybe come and seen our jazz octets who play for us during our 6th hour, they're still like, man, this is like really early. It's like, you have no idea what playing jazz early in the morning is. This person has been involved with our jazz band longer than they've been a high school student. As an exemplary musician, is our finest improvisers. Doesn't believe in reading music, which is sometimes an amazing thing, and sometimes we're starting at measure 17, can't you know where that is? But is an indispensable part of the rhythm section within our jazz band and drives a lot of what we do. So the Louis Armstrong Award for 2023 goes to Mr. Blake James. By the way, looking at Blake's plaque reminded me of this. If you're a parent of a student who gets a plaque tonight and the title of the plaque is not on that plaque, they are out in the lobby because we've been giving these awards for so long that maybe if you want the photo opportunity, just find the appropriate plaque in the trophy case and take a picture next to that. Otherwise, it just looks like a trophy that somebody just decided to etch your name into. Side note. That's also going to apply to this next scholarship. So I alluded to that the band was permitted to award 2 scholarships. Gavin and Sherritt got our first, and this is our second. This is the Booster Memorial Scholarship. The same criteria applies, and much like Gavin, the student body really rallied around this person as a recipient of an award that bears the band. This is what we are. This person is a bubbling pool of positivity, just all of the time. It's a smile, it is a laugh, it is a yep, I can do that. This person's future band director, one of their future band directors, came to the concert on Sunday evening because they are continuing their career at the next level. They're going to attend the newly branded University of Olivet. It's not Olivet College anymore. They are also happen to be, humble brag, the first female to ever make a field goal for the Fowlerville High School football team. So it is with great pleasure that I award the Booster Memorial Scholarship to Ms. Natalie Loomis. Photo op. We only have one more award to award tonight. This is the John Philip Sousa Award. It's awarded nationally by every high school band director that I've ever met. It's been around for a very, very long time. Our extension plaque here dates back to '94. You'll have to take a look at the original plaque in the trophy case to how long it's been awarded at Fowlerville. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at this, our K2, our music teacher at Smith, Ms. Martin, she received it in 2010 and 2011. What do you know? So this award is given to musical excellence in the band program. This was a brutal decision, and I had to consult several people on their opinions, Mr. Rolsch and others, because we have 28 seniors, and I could award this to many, many people, and went back and forth. This was one of the tougher decisions that I've had to make in this award. And so, to say a little bit about this person has given everything that they have to this organization. And I know that Sunday's concert was a pivotal moment for them, because it was that moment of, wow, I'm like really leaving a portion of myself here. They participated in every ounce of music that has been made in this wing, whether that's vocal, whether that's jazz, whether that's band. It is a person as a leader that we are going to miss greatly come the fall. It is a person that if I say, hey, can this happen before the sentence is over, it's yep, it's I'll be there, it's I'll show up. And so it is a great privilege, a wonderful honor for me to award the 2023 John Philip Sousa Award to Morgan Thomas. Okay, on to the crying part. We acknowledge that, and as a dad, I'm coming to terms with my role in my family is increasingly chauffeur. It's increasingly, hey, I need a pair of pants for an hour from now. It's increasingly, oh, I lost one of my black socks. How do you lose one of the black socks? How do you lose one marching shoe?
I mean, for a child.
Needless to say, our senior families and those who support their students, you are just as valued. We can't survive, we can't flourish without those last-minute trips to Walmart, without those late-night pickups, those early morning drop-offs. And so we want to take a second to acknowledge those families who are graduating their last band student tonight. In some cases, it's their only band student. In some cases, I've known these families since I was hired here in 2012. And so I want to take a second to acknowledge them. We will hold our applause. I understand, and my wife will elbow me anytime that there's public recognition to be made. So I will simply say, I would love for you to stand, but if that's very much not your style and you would rather just stare at a wall than be recognized publicly, I'm not going to force you to stand. But these are the families that are graduating their final band student tonight. Susan and Robert Baumgartner, Andrea and Philip Bedwell, Michelle and Chris Boughton, Jerry Campbell and Beth Tolan, Tim and Jane McLaughlin, Crystal Kirby, Melanie and Troy Culbertson, Tim Dalper and Rhonda Wilson, Amy Otten and Ron Drinkert, Kenny Edmondson, Ron and Jeanette Johnson, Gary and Melissa Keller, Carly Sipko and Brent Lako, Natasha and Lawrence Limenoff, Jamie Wilson and TJ Lockwood, Heather Odom and Judd Long, April and Chris Parrish, Angela Wampler, Don and Debbie Rose, Michael Scheid and Bethany and John McCune, Matt and Beverly Sobey, and Tammy Steffi. A round of applause for our Okay, senior class, I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of you. So if by the luck of the draw I pull out your name first, get comfortable up here. We'll just kind of progressively move you down that way. All right, so eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see. The first one is going to be Gavin Sheriff. I don't even know, I mean, it's really hard to know where to start with Gavin, because Gavin is such a unique personality. Sometimes you feel like in 5 days you've met 5 different people. You've certainly seen 5 different outfits. You have probably tasted 5 different things. You've seen, well, maybe it wasn't Gavin, maybe it was a skeleton that Gavin brought to jazz band for his final jazz band rehearsal and put a varsity jacket on. Gavin is, you know what, I say nobody remembers the normal people. We're not going to forget Gavin. And I see him 2 hours a day this year, 1st and 6th hour, booking my days with him. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. So we're going to miss him. Gavin Sheriff. I don't know how we're going to do this. Okay, next up, Soda Cook. Soda. Choir, jazz band, drum major, what's that? Is it Draculora? No. Is that the name of that? Has introduced me to more metal bands than I think I've ever known, and gets very angry with me if I mislabel a band as black or death metal, and is quick to correct me, but is a student that I have witnessed come into their own, has grown and matured as a leader, has found purpose and found comfort, and in so doing has made others find purpose and find comfort in who they are as people. We are going to miss you. Soda Cook. Faith Keller. Faith Keller, the last of the Kellers. It's always interesting as a teacher when you get a younger sibling, because so often they look to prove themselves, and this one is no exception. Faith, I will honestly say that you have made me a better person. You have engaged me in debate. You have proven to countless others around you that you are not to be judged by your height. You are to be judged on your intellect and your compassion and the drive that you have. You are one of the most ambitious students that I see on a daily basis. It has been my absolute pleasure to have you as a student. We are going to miss that honk at 6:30 in the morning on Barry sax. We wish you the best in gunsmithing school. Next up, Line of Baumgartner. I was thinking about having you and Brendan like duke it out for one more shot with the contra clarinet, but I just didn't want to haul the contra clarinet out on stage. Lina is somebody, like a lot of these seniors, that instantaneously makes people feel comfortable. As a leader and somebody who is entrusted to make typically freshmen feel comfortable in themselves and feel welcome, it's instantaneous. There's something in the look, there's something in the smile, there's something in the way that Lina talks to you that just goes, I like that person, and I kind of think that that person likes me too. And that is a real adult skill. That is an incredible team building skill that we hope and well, I know that Lina will carry into life past Fowlerville High School, and we will certainly miss the love of the bass clarinet and the contra clarinet that Lina brought every day. Lina Baumgartner. Ash Drinkers. It's hard for me to remember the first time that I met you. She probably didn't say anything. It was probably utter silence. I have seen the maturation of the funkiest personality, the most awesome sense of style, a good musical taste, a powerhouse vocalist, and somebody who just found themselves in this kind of group of weirdos. And when I want to be here, and you're leaving the state, you're going to Ohio, and you're going to make other people feel like being weird is like the greatest thing ever. Now, whether you're going to be lifting classmates on your shoulders and doing weird planking exercises, I don't know, but we will always have memories of Morgan flying up on your shoulders and all of those things, but we hope that you had as much fun as we did watching you have fun. Ash Drinker. Up, we have got eeny, meeny, miny, Brendan Bedwell. This is very much not Brendan's style. Brendan, I think, would probably rather just kind of sit and do their own thing and not have anybody keep asking questions. Don't look at me. Brendan has persevered beyond, I think, probably what I would have done, has overcome obstacles that I can't fathom, and never once asked for anything other than just an acknowledgement of, I did my job. This is a brilliant thinker, a beast of a worker. There is no brick wall that Brendan is not going to break down if it needs to be broken down. And he may be quiet, really quiet, but this is somebody who is going to make the culture around him, wherever he ends up, a better place because he just doesn't stop working. Brendan Bedwell. Alden Shot. Speaking of families that I have known for a very, very long time. Okay, so you threatened it and you actually did do it. It's actually kind of a brilliant idea. It really is a brilliant idea. I should have brought one for myself. Alden has participated in every class other than ukulele that I have ever taught. Alden's been there. Alden is one of the brightest thinkers that I have ever taught. Do not get him started on the British royal family. Ian Violetta has graduated. We're going to leave that chapter behind. I've been told that he has inherited an encyclopedic knowledge of UK family lines from his dad. Quite a hot topic. But this is somebody who doesn't want to know about the surface knowledge. It's the why. It's the let's debate about it, let's talk about it. Somebody who wants to go into social work and psychology and wants to get into and delve into the why. Also a really freaking loud French horn player. I mean, that's like the added bonus. Has been playing in our top group for some time. And we're certainly going to miss the voice in the choir, the French horn, in the wind ensemble, the mellophone at times in the jazz band. But I will probably, more than anything, remember the discussions with Alden Shotgun. Next up, Jerry. Jerry. I don't know where to here. You stand over there so everybody can awkwardly look at you and you can feel a little bit uncomfortable. It is bright, I know. It is very, very difficult. Despite the fact that, Jerry, I'm about to hand you a photo of the senior class and everybody is looking at the camera except you. Okay. All right, we're past that. It's kind of like you're wondering what Jacob Rupert is doing, which is on brand. That's totally fine. I have never met an individual who didn't say the name Jerry with joy. Now, listen, one of my greatest mentors in my life he was a principal at a high school, and he always said, upon graduation, it's a great day, don't make it your greatest day. Jerry, you have no idea, and I don't know that you ever will, the extent to which you make people feel comfortable, to which you make the extent to which your simple presence, and when people are like, Jerry, it's not, Jerry, he's a cool dude, it's like, Jerry, I'm down with that guy, because he's kind of down with me. You embody the best of us. And I'm so glad you took ukulele this year. I'm so glad that I've seen you in other settings. Like when we talk about leaving an imprint on what it means to be a Fowlerville band kid, you are a Fowlerville band kid. And you always will be. And I'm really going to miss you. Jerry, Hey Colin, what's the best part about
Hey guys, what is the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
Now, in case that's the first time you're hearing it, don't worry, it's the 75,000 that the rest of us have heard it. Colin Smith. A personality completely under your own. Colin Smith, we had to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, in voice covers in our songwriting class. This was, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. And Colin Smith, who is he really should have been born in like 1995, just was born in the wrong decade. And he sent me a cover of Kurt Cobain of Well, it's not actually Kurt, because he's no longer alive. But an AI voice of Kurt Cobain singing Radiohead's Creep. And the simple text was, God made this for me. That is Colin Smith. Right there. The world is here to serve me and it has given me grunge. You, much like Gavin, if Colin has entered the room, you know it. You didn't always ask for it, but you know it. He is kind-hearted, he is compassionate, he wants to talk to you equal parts Radiohead and Dracula and American Psycho and Tom York. He wants to delay the turning in of every single assignment. He wants to constantly ask Evan Schultz to borrow a pencil to mark the B natural in the music. But by and large, Colin is a tour de force of a personality. We are certainly going to miss him. I'm going to miss the unabashed love of Radiohead discussions that we have, but I'm sure that they will continue much past your graduation from FHS. Colin Smith. Camille Lako. Now, we don't have many seniors that are more quiet than Brendan Bedwell, but we might have one. Camille Lako. Camille is the perfect example of, I'm going to take care of business. Please don't look at me. Please don't call on me. I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be compassionate. My friends are going to be ride or die for me. I'm going to be ride or die for my friends. Is a wonderful, I think, if I'm remembering one thing about it's Camille, is that I think Camille was like 19 years old when Camille was 14 years old. It was just that person that you go, you're older than your age says you are. You are destined for something past the high school. I am very, very excited because I know it's going to be very, very interesting in what is going to happen with Camille Lako outside of high school. We do appreciate the quiet energy because not everybody can be Colin, and we all have to temper that. And so Camille is the perfect temperament to those personalities, but an incredible worker, and we're definitely going to miss Camille. Camille Lako. Jacob Rupert. Affectionately known as Roops. Now, if you knew Jacob Rupert as a 6th grader, as a 7th grader, as an 8th grader, the following statement would absolutely rock your world. This happened, I don't know, KK, like, what, 3 months ago, I think. Jacob Rupert came into 6th hour and went, so I've been listening to Taylor Swift. What? And the next week, I've been listening to Phoebe Bridgers. Who are you? I was talking about you at lunch last week with Miss Spiz. So Miss Spiz related a story to me that I didn't know about, but that I think it was at Adrian Clemens' graduation open house where you approached Miss Spiz, who you had in 8th grade, and you said, hey, and I'm not going to use the words that you used because they were a little adult. I'm just going to paraphrase. I wasn't really great to you in 8th grade, and I'm sorry for that. It's about the gist of it. Know that that stuck with her. That's a story she's telling forever. That embodies what I'm going to remember about Jacob Rupert. Jacob Rupert knows where he was, knows where he wants to be, and is actively taking steps. It's one thing to say, I want to do this. It's another thing to say, I'm not going to be who I was, because that's not going to get me there. In order to get there, I need to do is set the plan out. This guy has done that. There is no, and I'm going to be brutally honest, there is no way that the student I met in 6th grade I thought would stand right there, right now. But I could not be more proud of who you have become. That is only infinitesimal compared to who I know that you will be, because you have shown drive and drive and drive, despite putting a trumpet mute in Ben Showerman's trombone on the worst possible day. It's too soon. I still can't talk about it. It was too close to the concert. It was not the day. But you are an incredible person, Jacob. You're going to be an even more incredible adult. Thank you for everything you've done. Natalie Loomis. I'm not going to talk about band at all. I'm only going to say that Olivet is so freaking excited to get you, like ridiculously excited to get you. Natalie is going to be playing in the marching band at the University of Olivet, and their athletic band's director, Mr. Lewis, came to our concert on Sunday just to see Natalie. That is the type of character that Natalie is. But I'm not going to talk about band, enough about band. Here's the thing. I hope that you remember, as long as you are alive, the moment that field goal went in, because I am going to remember that. And not just because of the joy in your face and the elation in your face, but I have never seen the band pay attention to a football game or... I mean, you went on the field and everyone was like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Everybody, shut up, shut up. Even the people are like, what is this football thing that we're here for? Everybody's like, what? What? It's Natalie. Yes, everybody, shut up. To get that many people behind you says a lot about your character as a human being and the way that you make other people feel around them. And for as long as I'm here, for as long as I'm alive, that is going to be the Natalie Loomis moment for me. It has nothing to do with band. It has everything to do with who you are as a person. So that is what I'm going to remember. Natalie Loomis. Morgan Thomas. So are you ready to not go to school with somebody else named Morgan Thomas? It just occurred to me the other day. Mr. Grimm, the former media center specialist here, came to the jazz concert the other night. He was like, is that? No, it's the other Morgan Thomas. Harkens me back to the time we had two Julia Johnsons in the airport under mine. Morgan Thomas, what can I say that I didn't already say? An outstanding musician and completely selfless. Selfless. And I know where you get it from because I know your family. You always put others ahead of you. You do the work needed to get the job done. You are willing to absorb the stress, as cranky as it's going to make you, and as much as you're going to want to run people through a wall. You are a doer. Whatever you do in your whole life, you're going to complete, because I have seen it happen. You are a unifier of people. If you can get 100 high schoolers to do one simple task, you can do anything in the professional world. You have nothing but success in front of you. We are going to miss you. Thank you for everything you've done. I don't even know, are we halfway? Oh, Jerry's now got the seat. And displaying the photo of you not looking at anybody. Yeah, there you go. Emily Pounds. Emily, you might not know this, but your look of "I am done with this" is one of my favorite looks in the whole band. You could just see it. Something will happen. And just Emily's face, just only somebody who has brothers knows this face. Just. Emily is another one of our quiet, let me take care of business, let me do my thing, is a leader by example for us at first hour at 7:30 in the morning, is always doing what they're supposed to do. And I don't want to underestimate how important that is. Is somebody who has experienced extracurricular activities, is an archer, has those time management skills, and who is going to be successful outside of high school because of the experiences that they've had. And I'm going to miss that look of like, yep, you and I are on the same wavelength, I'm done with it too. At 7:30 in the morning. Emily Pounds, everybody. Cadence Culbertson. It's very weird for me to say cadence, so I'm not going to say cadence. I'm just going to go with KK. Speaking of bubbly pools of joy and Taylor Swift. Did you settle on a lyric for the hat? Is it a Taylor Swift lyric? Probably. Which is releasing tonight, everybody. There's a Taylor Swift release tonight. I actually, you know what? I Googled Taylor Swift tickets on Google on Ticketmaster tonight. Not available still for Ford Field. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll know. KK is somebody who we are going to miss the sheer force of their personality. KK is somebody who is at default going to believe the best in people, is going to give you the benefit of the doubt, is going to let you know if it goes the other way, but is going to give you the benefit of the doubt, is a caring figure who is going to look out for you. If you are KK's friend, you are in very, very good hands, because KK will break down walls for you. That's just the way that she operates. Puts herself second, when sometimes I think she should put herself first. Doesn't like the attention, but is a wonderful, wonderful human being. If you've never heard KK sing, you're missing out. I highly encourage you. She won't do it in front of you, because once again, everybody's looking at her, she's not going to do it. A beast of a singer, and if you stumble upon a spare Taylor Swift ticket, and you just are willing to feel charitable, we know somebody who keeps us up to date on every single Taylor Swift detail ever, including the relationship status of Taylor Swift that only Jacob Rupert now cares about. KK Culbertson. Speaking of time management skills and the ability to handle stress, you've been through the ringer, is a voracious reader of books. Borderline hoarder, maybe, on books? No, never too many books. But recently, as in this year, has taken on the role of lead alto within the jazz band. And that is a thing. That is something where you are putting yourself out there, you are leading, it's playing loud, it's making sure that the business is taken care of. Have you taken every class except choir? You're taking ukulele now. Did you take it all except choir? Outstanding musician, really good songwriter. Probably not going to play their songs for you, but an outstanding songwriter and somebody who is ready for adult life. Is going to kill adult life, really nail adult life. And I look forward to hearing all of the successes that will line your path, whether they be related to a saxophone, a goose, whatever novel that you're reading for the 17th time, just to experience it for the first time again. We will miss all of it. Asher Parrish. Maria Sobey. Oh boy. And you're still not permitted to leave early. Yep, you stand right there. So, I had Maria Sobey 3 of 6 hours first semester. That's a lot of Maria Sobey. So that I would get asked to leave class early 3 of 6 times a day. Maria, what am I going to remember most about Maria? You know what it's going to be? It's going to be the song. It's going to be the song. So beneath all the exterior of the "don't look at me," of the hard exterior and the snark that is Maria Sobey, and there's a healthy amount of that. This is a really good musician. Maria took ukulele and songwriting last semester. And the final exam in that class is you have to write a song from scratch. And so some people write songs about really deep and personal topics. Their first breakup, or their first love, or missing a family member. Maria did exactly that, wrote about something very personal, the removal of a food item from the Panera menu. Now, here's the thing though. That song is killer. It's so good, almost to the point that I'm like, just change the lyrics, because we can't take it seriously. But it's so good. I'm pretty sure at some point in the future, you and I are probably going to see each other at concerts at Pine Knob. So I don't think that this is probably the last of our musical scenes of each other. Yeah, I just bought our Matchbox 20 tickets today. I think I'm going to take Will. I'm not ruling Arctic Monkeys out yet, but still a little high. Maria is somebody who lives life to the fullest, experiences music to the fullest. And I am really excited / terrified of what lies in Maria's future and the first person to cross her. But we are going to miss the Panera song. But it's on Google, so I've got it forever. I will not play it for you. Maria Sobey. Emil Patterson. Killer songwriters. It is a really cool thing when a music teacher gets to admit that they teach musicians that are far more advanced, not only than they were at age 18, but then they probably, if we're being honest, probably are now. Emil is such a student. Emil is a composer of outstanding music. We're not just talking like songs. Emil is in songwriting this semester, but as somebody who, like, hey, will you take a listen to this music? I'm not sure about it. And then you play it, and you're like, what are you not sure about? Holy cow! It's thematic, it's historical, it's got like character play and moving in major and minor keys depending on what the character is doing. It's absolute brilliance. And to sit back and witness the maturation of such a brain and such a musical mind has been so incredible. From junior high to high school to choir to theater productions to band, to ukulele, it's all there. This is an incredible, incredible human being who is going to make people's lives better, hopefully through music. And I hope that A, you never stop writing music, but B, that you share it. Because it has brought me great joy to hear it, and it will bring others great joy. Emil Paxson. Let's see, who we got? Julia Johnson. Back to the time when there were two Julia Johnsons. Do the stairs hurt? The stairs feel okay. Cool. For those of you who don't know, it's not a fashion trend. Julia, was it a torn ACL? Torn ACL. Senior year. Man, yeah, ouch. Julia Johnson, what do we say about Julia Johnson? Always smiling, always smiling, always smiling, always smiling, always smiling. As a matter of fact, I remember coming down that hallway right back there during Isaac's senior year and shouting down the hallway, "Why is Isaac Way so good looking?" Julia Johnson, always smiling. Julia is an outstanding leader, athletically, musically, a unifier of people, somebody who has given everything that they have to this organization. Wasn't sure, because you're such an outstanding athlete, I didn't think we were going to get you for 4 years. It's like, man, how's that time management work? How's that time management work? You've made it work. I've seen all about it. Ron, I know we're going to see 17 pictures of tonight on Facebook. Okay? So proud of the way that you have handled this. So proud that you're doing something new at Eastern and rowing and going out and exploring something that is new and foreign to you. We're going to miss the organization in the back row of the band, the happiness, the ability to take a bunch of sometimes Yahoo, sometimes boys that like to hit drums really hard and go, listen, we're just not going to do that right now. And we wish you a speedy recovery on the leg and all the best at Eastern. Julia Johnson. Thank you. Let's talk to a couple. Ben Showerman. Speaking of students that I didn't think would see 4 years of band through, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh, you're wearing Young LA, aren't you? Of course you are. Okay. Ben, I'm gonna out you a little bit and admit that when I went down to recruit 8th graders, this year when I go down to recruit 8th graders, I ask the high schoolers to give advice to their former selves. Hey, if you can tell anything, to 8th graders or to your former self about why you should do high school band, what would you say? And Ben Showerman's was one of the few that I quoted word for word. Ben said something to the effect of, "You don't even know how much you're going to love it." And that really stuck with me. Ben is probably a student who maybe didn't practice a whole lot. a student who has had to exert some time management and maybe has procrastinated on some things and has other interests. But to hear a student like Ben say, you don't even know how much you're going to love it, really kind of reassures me and reassures Mr. Roche and reassures us that we're doing the right thing and that we're having a good time. And when we have students like Ben who sort of known to be unfocused at sometimes, probably doesn't help sit next to Colin, you know, who might have allowed somebody to stick a mute in their bell in the worst possible week, to know that you had a good time and that you stuck it through in the midst of all the other distractions of high school that you saw this one through. It means the world. And we wish you the absolute best and really look forward to whatever the next chapter is for you. Ben Schaumann. Amber Odom. I am really going to enjoy, long past your exit here, the amount of people who are going to walk into the band room and see that sublime tapestry and go, what is going on here? And go, oh, if you don't know, you don't know. Amber has been, first of all, speaking of students born in the wrong decade, holy cow. This, you could have been born in the 60s, in the 70s, probably the 70s. It's like, if we're going to talk like Sublime, but also like Bob Marley, but also like AC/DC, but also like classic rock, you're like, wait, where did you get all this from? Well, when you meet Amber's family, then it all just kind of becomes crystal clear. You're like, oh, okay, makes sense now. Amber is one who is going to be more remembered by me, not for the trumpet in their hands, and that's not a dig on the trumpet playing, but the discussions of social issues, the discussions of what is going to happen post-high school, the discussions of how we make the world a better place. What are you going to do with your future? How does this impact that, and how does this issue tie into this issue? I have less than zero doubt about Amber changing the lives of those around her when she leaves Fowlerville High School. She has done it from day one. From day one, it's been leader by example. It's been leader by example. Here's the way. Here's how we're going to treat other human beings, and here is how we want to build our community. And in that sense, Amber is the prototypical band kid. It is community first, it is music second. And I hope that it always is that for you. Community first, everything else is a product of the community you create. Amber Odom. So, Maria wrote a song about love for a Panera food item, and you wrote a song about flat earthers. Yeah. Randall. So, Randall and I am going to remember you far more for the conversations we have had usually after the bell rings. Or exiting class and nobody was around and you asked me a question, and it was usually something that was way more mature than high school. But on Wednesday, we were sitting right at the end of class, And you were like, does it feel weird? Like, to me, to see you guys leave. Does it feel weird for me? And I said, in a sense it does feel weird. Because Evan Schultz was giving Ash Brinker a ride in a wheelbarrow. And I was like, on the surface, none of this should work. These personalities don't mix, but it works. You make a lot of that work with people around you. You bring odd people together. And that's a thing. If you can get weirdos to be weird together, when they're weird in different ways, that's a tough skill. I know that life for you after graduation is probably not in the state of Michigan, that you are going to, I hate the overused cliche, but spread your wings. You're going to go and do places, and whether you and I stay in touch via a text, or whether I hear from your mom of the stuff that you're doing, whatever business you're going to own, whatever crazy story you're going to have, whatever music you're listening to, I'm going to miss the conversations that we had that had nothing to do with your grades in school. So thank you for that, Randall and Dr. Evan Rose! Just when you thought it was soon couldn't be in the jazz band. Yeah. Ooh, looking good today. I like this style. So Evan, the big hot topic, actually speaking of Randallin, yeah, has been what's going to happen to your locker. So Evan may have an addiction to a certain sugary caffeinated beverage. There's no sugar. So, Evan, what's the drink? Okay, we'll end with there's a couple. So Evan's band locker has become an art installation, everybody, and it's just filled with all of these like colorful cans, right? That are surrounding the bass drum locker. Now, here's how I tie that in. For as long as I have known you, you've got style. Sometimes you weren't quite sure what that. I'm sure that if you look back yourself in junior high, you're like, what is happening here? Oh, yes. But that's, dude, look at your locker. Nothing matches. It's Peppa Pig stickers on energy drink cans. But embracing that, embracing the like, we're just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna wear like orange. You also are the only person that I see on a daily basis that shares my love of Hoka One One slides. And so when people look at me funny, I'm like, listen, Evan's got my back. And like, it's the greatest thing ever. Like, yes, I wear them for old people problems. You wear them for style. Totally fine. But I think I'm going to remember this art installation because in so many cases, and I don't want to talk about your health habits, is just so it's just so out there, it's colorful, it's varied, it's kind of got a bass drum in there, but nobody's really looking at the bass drum because their eyes are drawn every other place. And I hope that you continue to dress and live with style and have fun and just be a cool cat, man. Evan Rose, have fun. Austin Bowden. Now, for those of you who don't know, Wednesday was Bring Anything But a Backpack Day to school. Now, most people brought something that made sense. A shopping cart, a tire. Austin, what did you bring?
I brought a tailgate.
You brought your truck tailgate, which, for those of you who, like, we're not kidding, like, just the door, the hinge thing. Does it carry anything? No, it doesn't. Is it functional? Not even close. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I'm going to remember Austin Bowden. Austin, for as long as I've had Austin, has been about cars and classic rock. He is that 80s kid. That if you say, dude, pour some sugar on me sucks, he's gonna go, that's not Def Leppard. That is not the real Def Leppard. You shut your mouth. He will debate the merits of Eddie Van Halen just as he will debate the merits of bringing a truck tailgate as a backpack. And so while my members of you are not going to be at alto saxophone, you are certainly not going to be forgotten anytime soon. Anytime that I play Hysteria, anytime that I just see a car rolling down the road that I go, I probably need some work. I wonder what Austin would think. I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm not a car guy. It's not my forte. Any question I had, this was the guy I would typically ask. And even when we shared good things, it was typically something he was doing, improving on his truck. So Def Leppard and truck tailgates, Austin Bottom. So, speaking of people who became maternal probably as soon as I met you, you have always been the person looking out for others, whether it be done. Actually, okay, you know what I'm going to remember you? Oh my God, okay. Don't worry, we found an accident report. It's Band Camp Dance 2022. And this is okay. If I break a leg today, okay, this is why I want Hannah in charge. Hannah's younger brother Dominic slips, falls, does whatever, because that auditorium lobby had no air circulation. It was like an ice rink of just humidity and sweat, and that's disgusting. He hits himself above his eyebrow, blood goes everywhere. Most people are like, oh my God. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Me, oh, okay, Mr. Roll. She's like, what's going on? Hannah's like, that's not a problem. We got this. And takes that like a pro. It's not a problem. It's just blood. We're just going to clean it up. We're going to take care of this. We're going to take care of it. Most mature person. 41, not 41. If I pass out and hit my head right here, blood starts gushing, that's going to be the one to take care of me. Hannah, you have always been one that has mastered time management. You have grown up way faster and at a way quicker rate than you probably should have had to, but that's just always kind of been your style. I hope that when you leave Fowlerville High School, that every now and then you take a minute, you breathe, and you have some you time. Nobody else gets to dictate what happens on you time. You get to breathe and enjoy sunshine or a beach or wherever you can be. Because you have certainly spent a large amount of time serving others. So my hope is that you take some time to enjoy life. And family. Silver Lockwood. So the song is just not that good, and we need to come to grips with that. Are we finally willing to admit that the new Avenged Sevenfold it's not a good song? Silver is the Avenged Sevenfold apologist in my room every day. And I love that there is a student that loves metal of that particular ilk that we can debate, and the new single comes out and Silver shoots me a text and email, hey, you gotta listen to this, you gotta listen to this. And even when I come back and I go, this thing is a dumpster fire of a record, Sarah was like, no, it's not. You are wrong on this. You need to listen again. And if you don't, like, so not a loud person, but go ahead and defame Avenged Sevenfold. You will meet a new individual. I will also remember great times in our History of Rock and Roll class at the end of first semester this year, playing a game. It's a bluffing game. It's called Skull, and you have to bluff your way around to kind of win the game. Some incredibly funny times with you and with Norbert and George. You are just the kindest of the kind. You are welcoming. You are hardworking. You are everything that we want a student to be. I hope that you enjoy up north and solitude and trees and quiet. But that record is a dumpster fire of a record. I'm gonna get an email in like a month. Listen, if the whole record comes out and it's really great, I will eat my own words because I want it to be good, but it's not. Silver Lock, whatever. Mackenzie Liminoff. So I was telling Mackenzie this week, for those of you who don't know, Mackenzie didn't go to junior high school here, joined us for freshman year. It's always scary as a teacher, especially a teacher of a class that lasts more than kind of 1 year, with movement students. And so I first met Mackenzie via a video chat, and the sass came through immediately. And I was like, I think I'm down with it. It could go real south, because sass can go that way. But Mackenzie has all the right sass. Mackenzie is a fierce advocate for those who need advocates the most. Mackenzie will break down a wall if Mackenzie sees a wrong happening in the world. Mackenzie's headed to Wayne State University in the fall. I drove by it last night. You are going to love the city of Detroit so much you don't even know what's about to hit you. Because you are going to get there and go, these are my people. This is what I want to do. This is the heart of a city that I'm going to be able to call home. Mackenzie can also bench press more than most of the people in this room right now. If you needed like a base of a pyramid, we're not going to make a senior pyramid. But Mackenzie is definitely on the bottom. I think with you, I'm going to remember most the unapologetic being of who you are and not making any bones about it and understanding who you are as a human and saying, I'm completely comfortable in my skin. I'm going to change the world. This is how I'm going to do it. Get on board or get out of here. I can't wait to hear how much you freaking love Wayne State in the city of Detroit. And if I see you at a show, I'll say hi. Mackenzie Lemon. That leaves Kylie Steffi. Now, I half expected to get a text from a certain Tammy Steffi asking that Kylie was maybe going to be a little bit late because she'd be in restroom for another 10 minutes. Kylie Steffi is involved in like everything in school, pretty much, like a lot of things. So the running joke is that Kylie spends like 15 minutes in the room, but I usually get a text from Tammy saying, no, she's doing this, no, she's doing this, she's doing this. And it's always like helping out. It's always doing selfless work. It's painting windows. It's helping teach young kids about FFA. It's being a leader in something. In some cases, it's doing something that somebody else maybe dropped the ball on. So Kylie is just going to go, I'm going to do it. I know Kylie's family taught Kylie's older sister. I know Kylie's mom. And the Steffi, you do your family very, very proud. You three are a force to be reckoned with, and you are no exception to that rule. And I know, because I've been told how proud your sister is of you. You are going to absolutely kill adult life, and whatever you're going to do, you're going to be in charge of. And people are going to want to work for you, and you're probably going to make more money than us public school teachers, so that's going to be awesome. You also look way better in a cowboy hat than I do. This doesn't really work with the gallon hat thing. Is that it's called a gallon hat? Is it called a gallon hat? No? Sorry, I know. Listen, city boy, I know, you know it. Okay, come on, Courtney. Kylie, we're going to miss your leadership. The FFA is going to miss your leadership. Fowlerville High School is going to miss your leadership. Thank you for everything that you've done. Kylie said. Woo, 28. So now we're all just picking up our pictures? Did you guys orchestrate that? Oh, okay. Okay, so, like I said, none of this on paper should work. There's so many different personalities in here. And the reality is that most of you are not going to maintain these relationships post-high school. And that's fine, I'm not placing judgment on that. None of this on paper, if we looked at the things that you do outside of your daily life, your interests, your passions, what you want to do after high school, none of this should work. But it does. Why does it work? Because you have committed, for some of you, 7 years of your life to the concept that the relationship comes first. I try to live my life, by 2 mantras. Mantra number 1, nobody remembers the normal people. Don't waste your time trying to be normal. Be freaking weird. Number 2, all happinesses in your life, the highest moments, the highest of highs, will be because you've invested time in a relationship that paid off. And the lowest of lows will be because you invested time in a relationship and either it's ending or it didn't pay off. It is worth every darn minute. Invest your time in relationships. None of us, including this guy here, stayed with us for the music. That's not why you're here. I know that. You're here because we make each other laugh. We make each other cry. When we have had an absolute crappy day, that 4 walls in there that are bland, that are full of like white brick and khaki sound panel. Those walls you could walk in and go, but this 50 minutes is not going to suck. These people have got my back. And we've had some rough times in there. Mutes and trombone bells. There have been times. But there have also been times where we have had human moments that I will never forget. You have allowed me to process things that I didn't walk into class that day going, I need to talk about this because it's on my chest. I just started talking and then it came out and I started crying and then I felt a lot better and you allowed me to do that. And as a human being, not as your teacher, as a human being, I say thank you because I'm a better person because you were in that room with me. Never, ever stop doing that. If you do one thing for the rest of your life, welcome other people into your band group. When we sent out the band vote for the scholarship, the 2 scholarships, there are 28 seniors, and one of the criteria was, who in the band made you feel welcome? Every single one of you got votes. Not vote, votes. That means that whether you know it or not, somebody saw you, talked with you, gave you a high five, and you made that person feel like a human being that belonged here. If you don't do anything for the rest of your life, do that. Always. There is nothing that could make me more proud than that. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2009. I don't know what the next thing is. Is it the video or is it the... All right, Alden, come here. Get on the launcher. Yeah, KK, you can go prep or do whatever you need to. Man, that's a lot. Holy cow.
That was a really hard act to follow. So you're gonna have to stick with me here. Tonight is definitely a night of celebration. A celebration of, well, we didn't mention them this year, but our spectacular band boosters, our determined parents, and our excellent musicians. However, we can't forget the person who makes this all possible, Mr. Bleak. Before I continue, I'm just going to say, Colin, Amber, Landon, please. Oh, did they? Never mind. Fowlerville is fortunate to have, quite frankly, a virtuoso in the field of music. He is a talented trombone player, having played in both professional bands and orchestras. In addition to this, he is the former president of the MMEA and is well known to many high school, college, and professional directors. As a result, we, the senior class, found it fit to give him two gifts. One to memorialize our time with him, and one to help him continue directing at the Fowlerville bands. Our first gift is a memorial presented by Colin Smith. It is a plaque made from purple heart wood, which is found from Mexico to Brazil. It's naturally a very vibrant purple color. It's also an extremely resilient wood, as Landon's electric saw will testify, which really, nothing better represents Mr. Bleak than resilient. On the plaque is all of our names signed, as well as a gold leaf F, because it was at Fowlerville where we all met. In addition, to this, we also want the league to continue teaching, despite the many problems, such as COVID, administration, students, and pay. But we decided to get the league a baton, one handcrafted by a very good friend of mine and former tenor saxophone player Landon Roberts. Now, batons are very particular to directors. In the case of the league, a baton must be 14.5 inches long when combined with the must-be fiberglass rod and wood handle. It also has to be perfectly balanced, which Mr. Bleak might be able to demonstrate to the audience with just one hand. That's a feat, and it's not an easy one. Now, Mr. Bleak's favorite type of wood is redwood. He didn't clarify whether that was the color or the species, but it is an African puttock redwood handle, and we just want him to keep doing what he's doing. So Mr. Bleak, I speak on behalf of the seniors when I say thank you for the memories and everything you have done for us in this program. We love you and wish you the best in the future.
That is really, really cool. Nice job, Landon. That's really impressive, man. That's very cool. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I put it around my neck, but it would break my neck. So the tradition at the end of Senior Awards Night is the Senior Slideshow. Are we ready back there, David? Okay, cool. So at this time, I want to recognize KK Culbertson for putting this all together. It's always entertaining for me that I had nothing to do, maybe this is a disclaimer, I had nothing to do with what you're about to see. Excuse me, it's always entertaining to see the senior that takes it on go, I just can't get anybody to turn anything in. Oh, you don't say. Really? Never thought that would happen. But KK has weathered the storm, and so to end tonight in a good 2023, we present the traditional senior slideshow.
You have to be able to punish it, right? Yeah. Can't really do that in 4 hours of sleep very well.
No, my outside place wasn't inside.
It's a good one though.
Where are we taking this picture?
Out there. Wait. Who else would we be taking that picture?
Tired. Was it really bad?
Yes, definitely.
It will.
Yeah, no, I gotta roll and shift and
Somebody grab me a pillow.
it's embarrassing.
Hold on.
Mark, did you see me in that freshman?
See, why is it more the location? Why doesn't